This flay banks over closure in Ijebu-Ode and a non-implementation of agreement ASU to meet federal governments next week. Arbitration panel orders INT'L to pay 604 SACS dock workers full entitlements. Nigeria at 61, Shibajo, Sanwo-Olu, Makinde, Uzodinma, Lalong call for prayers. Country suffering from leadership failure, says Wike. Adeboye declares peace, says all will be well. Those are headlines from the front page of the Nigerian Tribune.
All right, from the Punch newspaper this morning, bold headline from the front page: COVID-19 business booms. Inbound travelers bribe officials to evade tests. Experts warn of spike. With riders, flight passengers bribe officials with 10,000 naira, 15,000 naira to underpay, evade tests. Virologists knock officials, allege evaders responsible for high community transmission. Kwara man who allegedly buries 9-year-old with 1,000 naira note arrested. ICPC arraigns 2 suspects for defrauding RCCG of 10 million naira over land. Abductors free 10 more Baptist students. Keep 11 victims. Forex crisis. Massive job losses loom. Profits shrink, says man others. Lagos clubhouse kicks as 100 policemen. Thugs demolish buildings, arrest workers. We have here ASU meets next week over planned strike, laments government's inaction. 330,000 Nigerian refugees in Chad, Niger, other countries from the federal government. Federal government places 3,964 Nigerians on watch list, suspends passports. Nigeria, South Africa, Egypt, Kenya hold 80% investments in Africa. This is coming from AFDB. Fashola Akpabio disowned groups promoting ministers' 2023 campaigns. We have a picture there on the front page of the Punch newspaper where we have, and this caption here: Nigeria will surmount current travails, emerge in victory. At Deboye, picture of the Nigerian at 61 cake there.
All right, from the Daily Post newspaper, we have this headlines: Kaduna bandits attack church during service, open fire on worshippers. We won't open Mina Bida Road. Niger government to trailer tanker drivers. Stop begging Southeast politicians for money in our name. IPOB warns scammers. Kaduna police train 312 civilian joint task force personnel to curtail insecurity. Independence Day. Wike berates National Assembly for lack of oversight function on executive. 10 abducted Bethel Baptist High School students regain freedom in Kaduna. Aerofy condemns attack on Ekwa church worshippers in Kaduna. Pray for us to overcome present challenges. Makinde tells residents Nigeria will remain one nation. Oshibajo. Edo government to hold state burial for Victor Waifo. Why Buhari should grant Nnamdi Kanu, Sunday Igboho. Terrorists sponsors amnesty Ajulo. Finally, from here, Bauchi government urged to create skills acquisition ministry to tackle youth unemployment.
All right, still from the Punch newspaper this morning. Northern governors meet on VAT today. Sans berate Malami. Naira exchanges for 580 to the dollar. And we have here why Buhari can't forgive Fani Kayode. Why Buhari can't forgive Fani Kayode. Court summons and threatens Lagos CP with jail over seized trucks as youths mourn as gunmen kill Imo Law undergraduate. Dump corpse on highway.
Quickly before we go take okay, we're going to open the phone lines very soon to get analysts in the house. Zoning tears PDP apart. That's a headline from the Nation newspaper. Zoning tears PDP apart. VAT row. Firms remit August returns to FIRS. Striking doctors yet to contact federal government on new demands. Sultan. Street begging. Almajiri not Islamic. And finally from here, Nigeria remains Africa's shining star, says Oshibajo.
We'll be joined shortly by Dr. Oluo Jedokun as he analyzes some of these headlines on the dailies this morning. Insecurity, a product of Buhari APC's campaign lies. This is coming from Lamido, the former governor of Jigawa State. Still from the Punch newspaper, constitutional crisis looms. INEC worries over Southeast elections. While we await to connect with Dr. Olu Ojedokun, let's take some headlines from the Nation newspaper this morning. 60 held over mob, lynching of policeman in Lagos, a street begging Al-Majri not Islamic, says Sultan.
I take a few headlines from the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Who will rescue the health sector? Lai Mohammed to band Kaka King Kebi. 61st Independence, cleric admonishes leaders to fear God. Why we are passionate about transforming indigent children into premium value adults. Also, a Jigbo plane crash. AFCSC remembers deceased officers. CBN pledges more support for youth empowerment. One die as unknown gunmen attack Kwara community. Mourinho blasts referee. VAR after Roma lose derby to Lazio. Also here we have security. Police ban illegal installation of cyber networks in Zamfara. We have Dr. Olu Ojedokun with us on phone. Good morning, Dr. Ojedokun.
Well, top of the day to you.
All right, we have some headlines here which we're going to be bringing out one after the other. Chike.
All right, we have here from the Nation newspaper. It says zoning tears PDP apart. Makinde aim lead opposing groups. Stormy days ahead. Stormy days ahead, Doctor.
Yes, stormy days ahead, and some might say, some might suggest, or some might indicate that it is stormy because a particular candidate or particular candidates within the PDP are insistent that they be given another bite or several bites at the cherry. And I think Makinde intoning that you can't keep on, you understand, using the PDP as a bandwagon or as a vehicle for the ambition of one person in particular. I think the crisis of PDP is a crisis of personal ambition.
All right, Doctor, you still want to say something?
Doctor.
All right, Doctor, we have this headline here. Striking doctors yet to contact federal government on new demands, says Ngige. The battle between the National Association of Resident Doctors and the Minister of Labor and Productivity still goes on. And now, when will this end, Doctor?
Well, we certainly don't know, but what we know is that the bargaining power it does not appear to be on the government. The government doesn't seem to have the bargaining power. It seems to be the doctor. Now, the doctors have been ignoring them. And in the meantime, what has been going on is that doctors are being recruited willy-nilly with reckless abandon abroad to London and other parts of the world. So the doctors feel that they are on a strong run, that they have a strong bargaining chip, and that's why they seem not to have approached the government. But I think it's the responsibility of the government, who has the welfare and security of the citizens as its primary objective. It's their responsibility to seek the doctors out, to negotiate with them. The strike cannot continue indefinitely. People are dying as a result of it. And I think the government owes Nigerians to find every reasonable and possible way to get to the table. It's already in court already, but that in itself, until it's decided, does not force the doctors back. So I believe that except the doctors change their tune, we're in for a long pause.
Changing their tune, they seem relaxed. Like you said, they have an option already of having jobs outside the country. Government should try as much as possible to mitigate this. Don't you think so?
Well, any responsible government does not need to be told that. But our government, the coherence of policy making, unity of purpose, and clarity of direction seems to be lacking. And I would suggest the reason why it seems to be, and note my what I said seem, is because there appears to be weak leadership at the center. And we need somebody to come in, a chief of staff, preferably, that can handle things and let the reach of the government run right through, not just the federal ministries, but the width, the length, and the breadth of Nigeria. It doesn't seem to be running like clockwork at the moment.
Dr. Jadokun, there is a report on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune, and it's about 61 years independence of Nigeria. According to statistics, 15% of Nigerians were below poverty line. 15%, that was around 1960, but now we are 50% of Nigerians below poverty line. Now, we have in the course of the years, we had our oil boom period. We had population explosion and all this. So why moving from 15% to 50%?
Yes, the population, number one. Secondly, we have been unable to build, to diversify, and to industrialize the nation. And simply corruption. Corruption takes a lot of our hard-earned resources. Corruption denies us of the ability to create wealth for the country. We are not investing enough in the right things. We are not investing enough in our economy, So a lot of that, of course, is affecting us. But more importantly is the fact that we've not invested in education as we ought to have. Singapore, Malaysia, Korea, Hong Kong, as I've always said many times when you've spoken to me, the only way they leveraged themselves out of poverty was massive investment in education. We have not done that. We have large numbers, particularly in the north of the country, that are unable have been unable to go to school or be educated, and that's a drag on the Nigerian economy.
Having this drag on the economy, is it related, or not investing in education properly, is it related to the leadership problem we have in the country?
Absolutely it is. Because if you remember from history, the reason why the Western region, and to a certain extent the Eastern region, was able to leapfrog was because there was massive free education in the West. And that, of course, was able to take the nation forward. So that was leadership. I dare say there's a lack of imagination at our leadership level. We seem to be investing more, and more interested in things like BBN, Big Brother stuff, and so on and so forth. Rather, you understand, than investing more in education. They will donate to such things.
Dr. BBN just came. All those things didn't just start happening in the last 10 years. It started even from the 70s.
Yeah, it started from the 70s, but there was more investment in the 70s. If you look at the trajectory in education, in the 70s, there was more investment. Now there's less. Let me tell you why there's less. In the 70s, we had less population. So, of course, you understand the gap is not visible. As the population has increased, the investment in education has decreased, and our priorities have changed. When I mean our priorities have changed, the reason why I mentioned BBN is that if somebody wins BBN today, they're likely to get millions and millions from donors, from sponsors. But if someone has the best result in the country, I know people who have had the best result, they will get something like 10,000, 20,000. So our priorities are in the wrong direction from that point of view. But I get your view that BBM is a new innovation, and you understand it's not necessarily the reason. I'm not suggesting it's the reason for the problems that we have, but I'm saying it's symptomatic of the problems that we have.
Perhaps we are towing the line of the Western world where they give even distribution to entertainment, to education, and to all other areas, not neglecting one for the other.
Yes, I think entertainment is a good thing for us because it can actually raise our GDP, raise our exports, if it's properly marketed. So that they can bring a lot into the economy. So I'm not saying that we should minimize. It's important. It can bring tourism to Nigeria, the way that we handle it and the way that we deal with it. So yes, it's not necessarily a bad thing in that sense. What I'm trying to say is that we do it at the expense of the other. We shouldn't. It should all operate, be in play at the same level, one going together simultaneously with the other.
All right, stay with us, Dr. Jadokun. Stay with us, dear listener. We'll take a break for some messages. When we come back, we'll bring you more headlines.
My people, to blow don't easy for everybody.
Yes, so everybody now winner for the Airtel Recharge and Blow anniversary promo.
Just recharge your weekly target to hammer 100 million naira plus 250 MB, 20 SMS, and plenty cash token. The more you recharge,
the more you win. Promo now from now till December 31st. For more tori, dial star 444 star 4
Airtel, the smartphone.
Indomie welcomes you back to school. Have a session filled with lots of fun and excitement. Stay safe, stay healthy. Indomie noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
Ó fẹ́ bẹ́gbẹ́ pé kó láwùjọ àwọn kòsíkòsí gbogbo ìgbà kó sì máa gbọ́ bùkátà pẹ̀lú ìrọ̀rùn. Ẹgbẹ́ alájẹsẹ́kù multilevel marketing cooperative investment credit society limited ládùn bá ní ìmọ̀tòṣì tí ń bá ní ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀la nílànà káràkátà àwọn kò ṣeé mọ̀ ní ojoojúmọ́ bíi herbal food supplement àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Bẹ́ẹ̀ lè tó ẹ̀yáwó ọlọ́kan ọ̀jọ̀kan dúró dè ọ́ bó ṣe ń darapọ̀ mẹ́gbẹ́ alájẹsẹ́kù multilevel marketing tí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá sì darapọ̀ mọ́ wa pẹ̀lú owó yín ó máa jèrè tabua lóṣooṣù. Bákan náà ni gbogbo ẹni tó bá dókòwò pẹ̀lú wa láti sin yìí ló máa gbẹ̀bùn fáànù jẹnẹrétọ̀ tẹlifíṣàn àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀. Èyí wà fájọyọ̀ bá a ṣe ń pé ọdún kan lóṣù October ọdún tá a wà yìí. Ẹ kàn sí multilevel marketing ní health concern building lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ MRS filling station nítòsí Bishop Phillips Academy Ìwó Road Ìbàdàn. Àtẹ̀kálẹ̀ iṣẹ́ wa ní Stanbic Bank building Niger West area Challenge Ìbàdàn pé 090-5000-4816 090-5000-4816.
Good things come in pairs like salt and pepper, bread and beans, sport and entertainment.
Say what?
That's right. Showmax Pro is bringing you the best of both worlds.
Everybody strap in. I'm about to open some windows.
Now you can watch live sport from Supersport.
In your life have you seen anything like that?
As well as movies, originals, award-winning international and local shows, plus kids shows when you sign up at showmax.com.
Charles!
Yes, mommy?
Go and bring 2 sachets of hypo bleach for me.
Why 2?
Because I'm using one to soak the whites and using one to kill all the germs.
But I can't see any germs here.
They are so tiny you can't see them. But they are there. And that is why I trust only hypo bleach to kill them all.
Make your white fabrics whiter and your household free of illness causing germs and viruses with the disinfecting power of hypo bleach.
Ní ìdáhùn sí ìbéèrè ọ̀pọ̀ ènìyàn, a ti sún ọjọ́ gbígba fọ́ọ̀mù àti di ọmọ onílẹ̀ lórílẹ̀‐èdè Canada síwájú o. Ní báyìí, ọjọ́ 5 oṣù kẹwàá ni yóò wá sópin o.
Orílẹ̀‐èdè Canada yóò fáwọn èèyàn tó lé ní mílíọ̀nù kan ní ìwé ọmọ onílẹ̀ láàrin ọdún 2021 sí 2023. Ọ̀gọ̀ọ̀rọ̀ ohun àlùmọ́ọ́nì ilẹ̀ ló sodo sí orílẹ̀‐èdè Canada. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ìbá díẹ̀ ni wọ́n ti ṣàmúlò láàrin ẹgbàágbèje ohun àlùmọ́ọ́nì ọ̀hún. Èyí rí bẹ́ẹ̀ látàrí ọ̀wọ́n ènìyàn tó ń bórílẹ̀‐èdè náà fínra. Bó tilẹ̀ jẹ́ pé Canada ni orílẹ̀‐èdè kejì tó nílẹ̀ jùlọ lágbàáyé, ṣùgbọ́n ìwọ̀nba èèyàn péréte ló ń gbé orílẹ̀‐èdè náà. Onírúurú ètò láti rìnrìn àjò lọ sí orílẹ̀-èdè Canada ló ti wà ńlẹ̀. Ìwọ náà lè lo àǹfààní ètò àti kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kó o sì máa ṣiṣẹ́. Aṣáájú agbaninímọ̀ràn bá a ti rìnrìn àjò káàkiri àgbáyé ní Jonathan King Limited. Kàn sí wọn lónìí, wọn ó sì fọ̀nà hàn.
Gba fọ́ọ̀mù tiẹ̀ lónìí ní Jonathan King Limited, Àjàkíní àti Ìkẹfà Cocoa House Ìbàdàn àti ní The Bronx Bookshop lẹ́bàá Saviour Cathedral níjẹ̀bú Òde.
Our oil walkathon is back.
In commemoration of this year's World Heart Day, join us for the Power Oil Walk Heart On in Ibadan, starting at Adamasingba at 6:30 a.m. on Saturday, the 9th of October, 2021. Come out with your friends and family. Let's have some fun as lots of exciting activities, music, and refreshment awaits you. Listen to your heart. Let's walk together for our hearts. See you there.
Power oil, hey, power oil. Uncle Dentist, wetin be cavities and how Colgate take dey protect my teeth from cavities? Shey dey use comfort?
No dear, na hole for teeth dey cause most tooth pains wey be cavity. But if you use Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection take brush every day, the confirmed formula go help keep natural calcium inside our teeth wey go protect them from tooth decay.
Time don reach to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate, because Colgate locks calcium in.
Now, the Nigerian Dental Association, they recommend Colgate.
Pẹ̀lú star 966 easy banking o lè ṣí àkáǹtì Zenith Bank kan ra owó ìpè àti dátà fi owó ránṣẹ́ sí gbogbo ilé ìfowópamọ́ ní Nàìjíríà sanwó àwọn ohun èlò tàbí sanwó pẹ̀lú POS ṣẹ̀dá wọ́lẹ̀tì àkáǹtì kan wàá tún lè ṣe àwọn àṣàyàn iṣẹ́ kan fúnra rẹ bíi kí o yí píìnì tàbí pásíwọ̀dù rẹ padà tàbí kí o dènà àkáǹtì rẹ fúngbà díẹ̀ ná star 966 yá ó rọrùn ó sì báni lára mu ó ṣeé lò lórí fóònù èyíkéyìí nítorí pé kò nílò dátà tẹ star 966 láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ báyìí. Zenith Bank fún àǹfààní ara rẹ.
All right, welcome back. It's still the Break of Dawn newspaper review on 32 FM 94.9. You can follow us on our social media pages, YouTube and Facebook. Handle is at 32FM 949. 32FM 949. You can drop your comments there. We see some comments there. We acknowledge all your greetings. From the Punch newspaper, remember we still have Dr. Olu Ojedokun still with us here, analyzing issues from the newspapers this morning. Here we say insecurity, a product of Buhari APC's campaign lies. Sule Lamido, a former governor of Jigawa State, Sule Lamido has blamed the growing insecurity, especially in the northern part of Nigeria, on the failure of the regime led by the president, Muhammad Buhari, and the ruling All Progressives Congress to fulfill their campaign promises. According to Lamido, Buhari and the APC allegedly lied to raise the hopes of Nigerian youths and take power from the People's Democratic Party. He said failure to meet the aspirations is a major cause of restiveness in the country. Headline, insecurity, a product of Buhari APC campaign lies. Hello, Doctor, are you with us?
Yes, I'm with you. I dare say that's very uncharitable. I think there's no doubt that this government has not done well and is failing in terms of security. But to suggest that it's because of lies, the fact that I promised you I'm going to do something and it's unable to happen doesn't mean I lied. It means sometimes that maybe I'm incompetent. It means sometimes maybe I'm ignorant. And it means sometimes maybe I didn't foresee some certain circumstances. So I wouldn't agree with Lamido that it's as a result of campaign lies. I think it's as a result of incompetence. I think it's as a result of the fact that the government was ill prepared. You know, at least they did well initially. If you look at it, let's be very objective. They did well. They were able to curtail Boko Haram. They were able to take some territory back. But as time has gone on, they've not been able to deal with the terrorism called banditry in the northwest and even parts of the northeast. And Boko Haram continues to maintain a stronghold in parts of the north. So yes, this picture is not a good picture. But let's not dignify it by misanalyzing the situation. It's not as a result of lies. It's as a result of the incompetence of the government.
Well, probably do you see him talking about along party lines, looking at it via political parties, not looking at it realistically as a Nigerian?
Yes, I didn't quite get that, but I think there's an element where PDP is playing politics with the whole thing. Because after all, the PDP, what did they do when they were there? Was it not getting worse in terms of security, at least to do with the Boko Haram? So I think PDP should be very careful when they are criticizing this government. I think as Nigerians, we should come together. We should face the security challenge, and we should leave politics at the outside door. Politics for other things, but not in terms of security, because the violence that is going on is consuming so much, and so many people.
In a related development, in a related news, Dr. Jadokun, a constitutional lawyer, Kayode Ajulo, has urged President Muhammadu Buhari to grant Nnamdi Kanu, Sunday Igboho, repentant terrorists, bandits, and their sponsors leniency. Ajulo made the call in a statement on Sunday entitled "A Plea of Amnesty for Sunday Igboho, Nnamdi Kanu, and Others." Kanu, leader of indigenous people of Biafra, and Igboho, a Yoruba nation agitator, are in government custody in Nigeria and Benin Republic. Ajulo appealed to the president to consider mercy as a matter of national importance to change the narrative of war. The headline is "Why Buhari Should Grant Nnamdi Kanu, Sunday Igboho, Terrorists, Sponsors Amnesty." Ajulo.
Well, I haven't read the entire detail, and I'm not against amnesty, but any amnesty that must be granted to anyone must be within a process. A process must be established, institutions used, and an objective must be very clear. So what's the process? There has to be a peace and reconciliation process. We can't just grant amnesty in a vacuum. You know, the reason why I'm also saying this is because it's dragged in also the Boko Haram, it's dragged in some of the other terrorists, and it's equated them with Sunday Igboho and what's his name, the Kanu guy. That's another fault I have with this analysis. I don't think you can equate and put all of them on the same level. So you need to be careful. The kind of process that engages Kanu will be different from the kind of process that engages Igboho, and the kind of process that engages Igboho will be different from that engages the Boko Haram. So we should be very careful not lumping everything together, you know. But yes, amnesty that is done within a framework, amnesty that has clear objectives, amnesty in that sense will make some sense. But just granting it willy-nilly might be counterproductive.
All right, from the Punch newspaper, Naira exchange is 580 to the dollar. The Naira exchange to the dollar at 580 on Friday, while the pound sterling traded for 780 at the parallel market. Some bureau de change operators who spoke to Punch newspaper said that the Naira to the dollar was bought and sold at 575 and 580, while the pound sterling was bought and sold at 775 and 780. Doctor, what's the future of the Naira to the dollar?
Yes, if we are to believe Emefiele, you would have thought that Aboki FX was responsible. Aboki FX has now suspended the reporting of any stuff, and yet it's still going downward. The future of the Naira is bleak. The federal government is at bay when it comes to monetary, when it comes to fiscal policy. The CBN it's also at bay when it comes to monetary policy. In fact, the CBN is trying at the same time to influence monetary and fiscal, and their role is really monetary, money supply, and to use the leverages to do with that, and also to affect, of course, the foreign exchange values. I think until we diversify our economy, which is going to take a while, until we engage in the ease of doing business, we make it less expensive to do business in Nigeria, until we attract foreign direct investment, until we reinflate the economy, we are still going to continue to have this. As we said before, they've closed down most of the bureau de change. The dollars rather has become so scarce. So much Naira is chasing so few dollars. And we need to inject a lot of dollars into the system. Only when there's a lot of dollar supply will it bring down the value of the dollar. But as far as the dollar is scarce, which it is, we're going to continue to have the problem. And let me also make one point. Do you know that nobody has resigned as a result? Do you know that the Minister of Finance is sitting doing a cushion number? Do you know that the Governor of Central Bank is still comfortable in his office? Nobody resigns when there's economic failure, when there's policy failure in Nigeria. And that is why we'll continue to have problems like this, because nobody takes responsibility.
All right, Dr. Dedoku, there is a report on the page of Daily Post newspaper, and it's about Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State. It said, "Pray for us to overcome present challenges." Makinde tells residents. Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State has urged residents of the state to pray for his administration in order to overcome the present challenges. Actually, he's talking about challenges of insecurity and all that. But I feel that even aside that, let's look at his intra-party challenges that he's witnessing in recent times.
Yes, but you know that Makinde is not a politician. Makinde's claim to fame is being a philanthropist, a businessman, somebody that's like a technocrat that has the means and the capacity to get things done. I don't think he paid sufficient attention to the alliances and to the combination of allies that brought him into power. And he's paying a price for that, because the price that he's paying is that there are a lot of dissatisfied customers. I hate to use the word customers, but that's what it is. A lot of dissatisfied customers out there. And if Makinde doesn't take if it's not careful, it might affect his re-election. Not because he's not performing, not because he hasn't performed in some areas, they're patchy, but in some areas he's performed, but because he has failed to nurse and has failed to nurture the political base or the political allies that will sustain and support him for going to a second term. So yes, he's facing those challenges. But what I would say is kudos to Makinde in the areas where he's done well. He's done it well in some areas, and we must continue to criticize him and encourage him in the areas that he's not done so well. Whether he comes back or not is not even my concern. My concern is that there's continuity with the good policies, some of the good policies that he has in place.
Shouldn't we look at governance and re-election from the perspective of performance instead of politics, cheap politics?
Yes, we should look at it for performance, but the level at which we are in Nigeria is that politicking will still play a role. So you should be able to, if you have performed as a governor, if you are capable of performing, to get the second term. But unfortunately, it's not the case. But United States is supposed to be the forerunner of democracy in some sense. They're having problems. They're playing politics with everything. Even when the elections are free and fair there, they make a political A out of it. So I don't think Nigeria is in isolation. But I think it would be wrong to throw out performing governors because they fail to nurture political allies.
All right, Dr. Michael Olufemi Oyebode on Facebook is asking, he says, Doctor, why are we still talking about BDC? The only exchange rate that is acceptable is that of the CBN. Any other rate is illegal. Do you agree with this?
Well, that's what CBN says. And if you go by the CBN Act, they're correct. But the reality of it, you understand, is that there's still a thriving black market. And so if we ignore the reality, you understand, then we're putting our heads in the sand. So the reality of it is that there's still BDC rates there. You understand? I'm not saying that it is legal. I'm saying it is there. And it's also affecting the economy. So what the government needs to do in order to eviscerate the BDCs is to flood the whole process with dollars. If it's flooded with dollars and dollars is in abundance, then all these BDCs are not going to have any say or have any sway at all. Well, they have a sway because there's a scarcity of dollars.
All right, Dr. Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State has taken a swipe at the National Assembly for not doing enough oversight on the executive arm of government. He said a legislature that cannot think anything they bring is right, a legislature that cannot see that Nigerian has gotten to the age of conducting a free and fair election, a legislature that will close their eyes anytime they want to borrow, they borrow, a legislature that will not ask, this money we are going to borrow, where is it? Where are you applying it? He's taking serious swipe at the National Assembly.
Well, it's a serious swipe, isn't it? But the current National Assembly, the tone was set by President Lawan. Lawan said he will do anything the president wants him to do. So I don't think Lawan led legislature, and to a lesser extent, Bajami Amila are really, really interested in doing serious oversight. I think they're more interested in buttressing their positions, in maintaining the status quo. And so Wike, to a very great extent, is right. Oversight doesn't mean you're enemies with the government. Oversight is your constitutional role. Oversight is your constitutional function. That's what you're supposed to do. And until we have a viral legislature, we'll continue to go downhill. Because they should be questioning the government on borrowing. They should be saying, okay, the last borrowing that you did, how did it perform? They should be asking questions. So what are we going to do, you understand, next year when we still have this kind of deficit? How are we going to deal with it? But you know the reasons why they can't ask the difficult questions? The difficult questions will suggest that we have an over-bloated and over-pampered legislature which should be trimmed down in allowances, in numbers, and of course, Christmas turkey is not going to Turkey. He's not going to vote for Christmas.
When last did we have a functional National Assembly in this country?
Certainly had it during Saraki's time. I mean, Saraki was playing the role, some would say, of a constructive friend, others would say of a constructive enemy. But he certainly was playing that role. They were questioning, they were ensuring that the excesses of the executive were curtailed, they were asking critical questions. They had their own problems, no doubt, but they did much better than this. Some would say, some would suggest that this National Assembly that we currently have is the worst so far. I'm not sure that I will entirely say that, but many people will suggest it.
Well, Doctor, Wike and the National Assembly still, he tagged them a rubber-stamped National Assembly, and then he's on the fire. Are they really rubber-stamped?
Well, they're rubber-stamped, but people like Wike, I'm sorry to say, I sometimes don't take them seriously. Because go to the state houses of assembly all over the states in Nigeria. What are they? Are they not rubber-stamped? You know, so it suits Wike to say, yes, that they're rubber stamp. And of course, I agree with him that they're rubber stamp. But I'll ask Wike the question, what of your own state house of assembly? What of the state houses of assembly in various parts of the country? So the rubber stamp is not just at the feet of the National Assembly. It's at the feet of many states houses of assembly, and many of the governors themselves are responsible. So let's be very balanced there. So Wike may appear to be an apostle of a constructive engagement and so on and so forth. But let him start to say charity begins at home.
All right, we'll be going on a break now, and when we come back, we'll open the phone lines. We take your calls. Let's get your thoughts and reactions to some of these headlines this morning. It's still the Break at Dawn newspaper review. Don't go away.
Have you seen Captain Mama, protector of the Ayo family? She's making our golden one in the kitchen.
Ta-da! Breakfast is ready!
Mommy, why are you always excited when we have golden morn?
Because it helps me nourish you. You know it contains
iron and vitamin C.
Yes, it does.
Enjoy Golden Morn with your family every day. It contains iron and vitamin C to nourish you day by day. Golden Morn, make every day amazing.
Lásìkò yìí nǹkan kékeré wàá ti máa gbọ́ bàbá àlàyé ẹ̀yàn fún wa ọ̀gá ẹ fún wa àmọ́ nǹkan tó wà ń bẹ̀ ni pé kí ni yóò lè kárí àti pé èèyàn mélòó ni bàbá àlàyé máa yanran fún gan-an kò ṣáà lè wá kó wá lọ wá para ẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n tó o bá ń wá ìfà jẹ̀ǹjẹ̀ tán tó rinlẹ̀ nígboro darapọ̀ mọ́ yellow awoof giveaway tó lékè nǹka tó bá jẹ́ oníbàárà MTN tàtẹ̀yìnwá wà á máa ṣe falala pẹ̀lú àfikún lórí àfikún ìdá 5% nígbàkúùgbà tó o bá ra ìpè ọlọ́gọ́rùn kan tàbí jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ lórí MTN bẹ́tà tọ̀ tó o bá dẹ̀ jẹ́ oníbàárà tó fẹ́ràn ìfà olójoojúmọ́ *888* ló máa lò láti lè jẹ àǹfààní ìfà lọ́nà mẹ́fà tó o bá ra oníyekíye lórí MTN awoof for you tó bá dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé oníbàárà tuntun nìyẹn wàá máa jẹ àfikún ìfà tí ìdálọ́nà 7% ní gbogbo ìgbà tó o bá ra ọlọ́gọ́rùn kan àbí jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ lórí MTN yànfùyànfùn torí náà má nà gẹ̀rẹ́ darapọ̀ mọ́ ìfà tó mórí wú ní gbogbo ibi tó o bá lọ pẹ̀lú MTN.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
Many people just wonder how my toilet does to stay clean, how my toilet know they get germs. Number secret to my healthy family living. Power active clean soap, toilet clean. No matter the day, make it just no say. Clean soap, clean soap. Kills 99.9.
INT'L toilet cleaner. Small change, big difference for a healthy family.
Babe, that girl must be using something.
Hey, Berry, what kind of something?
You to see how she's always smiling, displaying her 32.
You're cuckoo right. I know her secret. I know what she's using. She uses it twice a day.
Tell me her secret.
I'll give you a hint. ABZ.
ABZ?
Yes, ABZ is the secret. Close-Up contains antibacterial zinc, ABZ, which gives you 3 times more freshness and 3 times more protection. Better than your regular toothpaste. Now you know the ABZ secret.
The new Close-Up is her secret. Everybody must hear.
You can't keep a secret.
New Close-Up with antibacterial zinc. Triple the freshness, triple the protection.
Have you seen Captain Mama, protector of the Ayo family? She's making our golden one in the kitchen.
Ta-da! Breakfast is ready!
Mommy, why are you always excited when we have golden morn?
Because it helps me nourish you. You know it contains
iron and vitamin C.
Yes, it does.
Enjoy Golden Morn with your family every day. It contains iron and vitamin C to nourish you day by day. Golden Morn, make every day amazing.
Láti gòkè àgùnlà láyé èèyàn nílò ìtọ́sọ́nà ẹni tó mọ̀nà débi àṣeyọrí. FMH International HR àwọn ni gbajúgbajà akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ iléeṣẹ́ alárinà tó mọ ojúlẹ̀jà bá ti ń tọ́ni sọ́nà finimọ̀nà nípa bí gbogbo òǹwáṣẹ́ ṣe lè pàdé àwọn òǹgbanisíṣẹ́ pàápàá jùlọ láwọn orílẹ̀-èdè tó wà lókè òkun.
FMH International HR alábàáṣepọ̀ gidi ni wọ́n jẹ́ pẹ̀lú àjọ oníwádìí ìjìnlẹ̀ àgbáyé tá a mọ̀ sí United Nations Volunteer Research Group láti jùmọ̀ tọpinpin wàhálà táwọn ọmọlẹ̀ yìí ń kojú nídìí ìgbìyànjú ajé lọ sílẹ̀ òkèèrè. Ìyẹn ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ mọ́ international migration àti international labour activities.
Ǹjẹ́ o tiẹ̀ mọ̀ pé o nílò ìmọ̀ tó jinlẹ̀ dáadáa nípa ìlànà à ń tẹ̀lé láwọn pápákọ̀ òfurufú tó fẹ́ gbà sọdá sílẹ̀ òkèèrè. Lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ bá a ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí United Nations Volunteer Research Group pẹ̀lú àjọṣepọ̀ FMH International HR ń ṣe research lórí ẹ̀dùn ọkàn àti ìpèníjà tẹ́ ẹ bá ní. Questionnaires táwọn òṣìṣẹ́ FMH bá fún yín lágbègbè yín lẹ́ ó ṣàlàyé ìrírí yín sí.
Fún àlàyé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ kàn sí wọn ní 3rd and 9th floor Cocoa House Dùgbẹ̀ Ìbàdàn.
Telephone 0817 4444 627
àti 08168737222.
Hello, James. Look, I'm on the expressway. My car just broke down. I don't even know what to do.
Sorry, you do not have sufficient credit to continue this call.
Oh, please, no.
Why not?
This is an important call.
Then you should have recharged.
I would, but I'm in a position where I can't.
Why not borrow some credit then?
Borrow credit? How?
With Glow Borrow Me Credit, you can borrow airtime and pay later. It's easy. Just dial *321# and follow the instructions.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Glow is always there for you when it matters most.
Sorry, James. As I was saying, my car just broke down now and I have no help here.
Talk now, pay later with Glow Borrow Me Credit.
Glow Unlimited.
Hello,
We believe you're enjoying Titan Farms products like Titan Rice, Yam Flour, Rice Flour, Titan Oil, and others. Oh yes, with Titan Farms, there's always something more. Give your child the best gift by buying any of our lots at Titan Farms Estate, Upperland City, Monia, Edianyure, Regal Gardens, Soka, Cherry Court, Ilaji, and enjoy freebies like 500 blocks, 20 bags of cement, free survey, deed of assignment. That's not all. Here's the big deal. For every land you buy in your child's name at Titan Farms Estate, you can get a loan to sort your child's school fees if need be at no interest for up to 3 months. Yes, you heard me. No interest for 3 months. To enjoy this limited offer, quickly call 0906 007 9714 or visit Titan House opposite Motor Dealer Park, New Garage Road, Ibadan, or check us out on www.titanfarms.org.
By popular demand, registration for Canada Permanent Visa Program has been extended till 5th of October 2021.
Canada will issue over 1.2 million permanent visas between 2021 and 2023. Canada has incredible natural resources, most especially mineral resources, but less than 15% of those massive resources have been exploited. Reason? Canada's population is very small, less than 40 million compared to USA's 350 million and China's 1.6 billion, and these are countries with smaller land area than Canada. You can also take advantage of fantastic graduate and postgraduate education in beautiful Canada and prosper. There are well over 60 immigration programs to choose from. Let Jonathan King Limited take you through the simple process and relocate to Canada with members of your family. So take advantage and obtain your own form at Jonathan King Limited, 1st and 6th floors, Cocoa House, Ibadan, CMS Bookshop, Folagbade Street, beside the Cathedral of Our Savior, Ijebu Ode.
Welcome back. It's still the Break of Dawn newspaper review on 32 FM 94.9. In case you're just joining us, the numbers to call in will be 070-550-949 and 080-979-949. Okay. Hello. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Adeshi Yamada from UI.
Let's have your thoughts, please.
I've always, number one, God bless Dr. Jedoke for balancing the analysis. But I've always been telling people that outside the government, let's forget about, for now, we don't have legislature. Anyway, even across the state, they are all the same. All the same, it's not less than 2 years. Now, I think we'll get to try the next time. That's not where I'm going. Let's go to the persecution that's going on currently in a particular part of the country. In Kano, on Thursday, one chairman was killed by some youth. I won't mention them because the newspaper mentioned it. I won't mention it now. And burn his houses. They said because they are expanding. They're just angry about that. Yesterday in Kaduna, Equa Church, that were attacked historically, many were killed. I want to tell you that it's unfortunate that in this country, and they voted like that in 2015. In the section of a particular group has taken over government. That's how the best of today.
All right, thank you for calling the radio station. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. All right, let's have your thoughts.
Yeah, on the statement by one of the emir that not sending children to school is not part of Islamic injunction or doctrine. I think the emir is guilty too.
Alhaji, please, can you step away from your radio set or you turn down the volume of that radio?
Yeah, I'm going stepping away.
Right.
So the emir is guilty too because the Ahmadi system has been on for more than 50 years. So why now? He's one of the allies because he came from the royal family, and I know he is highly educated. So he should have been one of the campaigner of sending the northern people, sending their ones to school and encouraging those that don't have capacity by funding their education. But it's better late than never. That's on that. On the issue of I forget. Thank you.
All right, thank you for calling the radio station.
The numbers to call 0705 5949 or 0809 7949. Hello. Okay. We're still live on Facebook, actually, and we're live on YouTube. You can drop your comments on Facebook and YouTube. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Falodu calling from Koma Irudu. According to, with due respect to Dr. Oyedoku, what he said this morning, that early education is the only way out of poverty. Well, he was right to some extent. That was old Nigeria. Old Nigerian, and that don't go about Olowo and don't go Shibolagi. Those people are visionary leaders. They think ahead of what, if I use your graduated, what I go to do. They don't plan that you'll be riding Okada. You see someone mention BSc master degree riding Okada for survivor. So, to me personally, I think we should try as much to be creating jobs. I think the only person I can talk about today now, to me personally, is this governor for your state. He had an MOU, with MD, Nigerian Division of Employment. Some youth are now being trained at I went, I got a very reliable source, which I had. So, I'm not saying it's a visionary leader, but it's working towards visionary. So, I think that's how our government should be run. Thank you, good morning, sir.
All right, thank you for calling the radio station 070550949 and 080970949. There's this message here on Facebook from Abiodun Falaye. The economy of Nigeria is not friendly again. Who will restore the good economy again? Let Dr. Ojedokun respond. Good morning. Okay, we'll get Doctor to respond to that very soon. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Kindly turn down the volume on your radio set.
Sorry, I don't have good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Bayo from Orogun.
All right, please, can you speak up a little bit so we can hear you?
Okay, sorry. I said my name is Bayo from Orogun.
All right, good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, my take is this. It is the issue of economy. I want to ask, is this how we'll be going with it? Nigeria is very simple now. Dollar is not 580. Not the market. Things keep on rise every day. I want to, because when we complain, we talk. It's not that we this particular government. But they refuse to do something. When we talk now, there's a time we say we should do our hands. They don't help us in this country. Thank you.
All right, thank you for calling the radio station. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
All right, good morning.
Elijah Azara calling back.
Okay.
On the issue of a pastor that was killed, maybe in Katsina, I read it on social media too. I think it is high time, my brother in the north, stop all this killing. I mean, let your ones, your children, know the value of your religion. Teach them the way of your religion. But then you have taught them where nobody will come and tell them another. And if anybody preach his gospel too, and someone is conveying, I think you blame yourself. You don't kill people. And government should step in and arrest those people and prosecute them accordingly. Thank you.
All right, thank you for calling the radio station. Okay, Dr. Ojedokun, you're still there? Okay, let's pick this one call before we get your thoughts this morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
My take this morning is about the Naira to dollar.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is the voice of the Mobile.
Okay.
It is quite unfortunate we still don't know the source of why Naira is falling to dollar. Because I don't know why we still need to buy dollar. All the products we are using in Nigeria is from China. Why? I don't know what exactly. The source, why Naira is falling for dollar day by day. Good morning.
All right, Dr. Ojedokun, somebody was
Hello,
asking.
good morning.
Hello,
Okay.
good morning.
Good morning.
This is Comrade Omodulujidina from Agbo.
All right, comrade.
The attack on Equa Church is condemnable. It's satanic. And I don't know the reason why this government still call them bandits. These are terrorists. And the blood of the worshipper just waste like that. And I want to believe that this is should be the paramount headline we should have considered this morning, because those worshippers also are Nigerians. I don't know Nigerians. Who are those sponsoring terrorism? Who are those killing Christians? That is the reason why President Donald Trump was accusing President Buhari some time ago that he was responsible for the death of Christians in Nigeria. For how long? It's totally wrong. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Chike, there was a time on this program that we spoke about something happening up north, I think in Katsina or something, and somebody called. The person said, you're talking about things happening in Katsina. How much have you talked about things happening in Oyo State as if we are still not in the same country, Nigeria? The way we people, now it's happening. We have our people up north. People are in the church, they are being massacred, and all those things are still happening. But we're still, even if we are not Nigerians, we are still humans.
All right. Well, I'll get to answer that later. Well, we might not take any other calls now, but Doctor, let's get your thoughts. There's this question for you here. The economy of Nigeria is not friendly again. Who will restore the good economy again? Let Dr. Oluojedokun respond to this. Okay, Doctor, let's get your thoughts.
Well, the broader economic question.
Can you do that in 30 seconds?
Some basics to the economy.
Doctor,
Nigeria's economy is Nigeria's economy is beholden to petrol, and an economy that is beholden to one product, to one export. You understand? It's an economy that's not going to go anywhere, and so diversification, foreign investment in education, technology. That's what's going to get us out of this mess. That's what's going to diversify our economy. And that's what's going to make the economy work for everybody.
Thank you for featuring on the paper review this morning, Doctor. All right, it's been awesome this morning. My name is Chike Ubogo. Have a very positive week ahead.
And my name is Dele Adeoju. I say good morning to you.
A mix of Hollywood's hottest names and some vintage adrenaline action are coming your way this month. Get ready to stay locked in your seats with 2 new pop-up channels from Mnet.